Cute, so yes, I'm not the killer. It's the work of some other vampire, not me. Not to match SSPS, I see. I knew it, Arcade wouldn't do these things. See, it's the work of another vampire. That's a relief. Wait, that's weird. Hold on, Arcade, you said it's another vampire, but isn't it odd for a vampire to come out one after another? What are you saying? There aren't any new vampires. Wow, but Dash isn't alive anymore. There isn't anyone else that does something like that. Oh, I see. Shiggy really made a big mistake. Arcade gives an amazed sigh. You see, the serial killings you're talking about was always the work of just one vampire from the very beginning. So no new will come, and Dash is unrelated to those incidents. Eh? Dash is unrelated? What do you mean? It's just like I said. You're normally pretty sharp, but you're lost at some points. Think back, Shiki. Dash was a vampire, but did he ever suck human blood? Suck blood? He ate humans and... Oh, I see. Okay, although to be fair, I fell for it too. But, yeah. Why didn't I know such a simple mistake? The victims of the serial killings are found with the bodies drained of blood. But Dash was different. He didn't leave any dead bodies behind. He not only drank the blood but also ate the meat, leaving no trace. To prove it, the people eaten by him in the hotel were treated as missing people, not killed people. So that means it is something completely different. Wait, then what is the serial killing going on right now? This show is doing it. That's a different vampire than Dash. To be more specific, than vampire is why I came here and Dash came here following me. Is that sort of correlation? Wow, so the one you're after wasn't Dash after all? Yes, I didn't ever see he was my initial target. I was his target, but he was never my target. My target is the one called the serial killer in this city. I gasp in shock. But it really is just as she says. She said her purpose is to kill vampires, so I just thought it was Dash she was after. So what is it? Killing Dash that night was pointless? It wasn't pointless, you fought in my place. Well, if you didn't kill me, you probably wouldn't have had to do it in the first place. I feel a little dizzy. In other words, vampire killings had nothing at all to do with Dash, and it was just the work of another vampire. Yeah, that's right. But that's my problem, so you don't have to worry about it. More than that, eh? With an extremely happy smile, Dash looks up at me as I still stand there in surprise. How was Dash? Okay, how was okay. Why did I say Dash? How was last night? Huh? What does she mean by last night? I don't understand what she's talking about. After all, I'm the idiot who mistook Dash's words. Okay, why do I keep saying Dash? Fucking Nervanskar fucked me over, I guess. After all, I'm the idiot who mistook Arcude's words and made such a stupid mistake, so of course I don't understand what she's saying. And Arcude asked me who came last night. Arcude, what do you mean by last night? That's strange, I know I sent you a dream familiar. Oh my god. Okay, dude. Wait, what's the dream familiar thing? It's like familiar that lets you see a dream or what you desire the most. You're a male, so I sent you succubus. But wasn't it a good dream? A good dream? That was... Remember the realistic dream I had and my face turns red? That was your doing. I keep dreams even more. Crap. If I stayed quiet, this conversation would have been over, but since I reacted so strongly. So you did get it, so what kind of dream was it? Dream something was supposed to take the shape of your greatest desire, so it felt really good, right? Okay, what kind of dream that's... Arcade looks up at me full of amusement. She's acting with the Arcade from last night's dream. Doesn't consider me, so leave me alone. Look away from her and shoes. Arcade keeps saying, come on, over and over. Come on, tell me. You can at least tell me who you dreamed about. She asked like a curious kid. Every time I turn away, she keeps jumping in front of me saying, come on. This is pure torture. She says mischievous as last night's stream. I bury my face in my hands. Hey Shiki, don't be quiet and tell me. Arcade keeps looking at me with those upturned eyes. I can't. God, this is my limit. You, I hesitatingly let it out in a quiet voice. No, don't say that! The music stops. Motherfuck. Is he gonna die? Eh? What about me? Don't make me say it again. I'm saying that it was joking. Shot angrily as I look away. Harkid's eyes widen in surprise. Me? Yeah, it's not a joke. It's name and that's when I can finish. Ah. Harkid looks away from me, looking very uncomfortable. Neither of us know what to say. The uncomfortable silence continues. Ahem. Can't bear the silence any longer and force out a cough. Did I choose the wrong thing back there? Should I have chosen Akiha or something? Ah, the lampposts are turning back on. The previously dark lampposts coming back to life. The park, lit only by the moonlight, gradually becomes brighter. Seems that the woman lifted her barrier. It's supposed to prevent anyone from entering the park, but it seems like you would pass right through. You mean that power outage was Senpai's doing? Yeah, it's one of their specialties, letting people stay away. It really has nothing to do with us. By the way, Shigeon asked, what do you think of CL? The cold voice Arcade suddenly asked her about Senpai. Why do you ask about the Arcade? Oh, nothing, I just said that moment. We were supposed to meet and exchange information, but I got irritated during the conversation and we ended up trying to kill each other. Okay! Okay, dude. Feel like you're the one in the wrong here, buddy. No, it feels like CL probably instigated, you know, but still. Kill each other, why did you end up doing that? In the first place, Senpai isn't a vampire, why did you try to kill Senpai? That's my line, she was the one who struck first. Yeah? The one who struck first was Senpai? That's right, she said I knew it was pointless, I just can't allow your existence, and then she attacked me. Oh my god, lol. She may look very calm, but all the members of the burial agency enjoy fighting. Can't that fool you, Shiki? Well, enjoy fighting. Listen, by really. Shiki, you're a fool by her up to now, right? So why are you saying things to help her out? You know she's tricking you since you didn't know anything and pretend to be a normal person. Don't you feel a little angry at being used? Arcade glares at me. That is certainly. I'm shocked that Senpai is different from normal people, kind of like Arcade, but I don't feel like I've been tricked. On the contrary, Senpai has met me so many times. Even though I know about Senpai's identity now, I still think of her as Senpai. Eating lunch with her, talking about stupid things with her, and walking with her to the school gate, all of it is so much fun. So if I could, it would have been better if I didn't find out about her. Shiki, whose side are you on, mine or that woman's? Feel pressure, her eyes are the source. Now she isn't like a human but more like an animal hunting its prey. It seems innocent is an unforgivable only for our good. That's why she glares at me with such fierce hostile eyes. As you say, I am her enemy's friend. If I am her enemy's friend, I'll be Arcade's enemy as well. Arcade, I have trouble answering. Can't leave Arcade alone, Senpai is dear to me. Okay, dude. How do I feel? Suddenly senpai is dear to me. No matter who she is, the time we spend on school together is precious to me, but even still to me, senpai. Friend from my room, all of that. You only feel that she's my dependable senpai. Come on. Can't fool me by being quiet, you know. The kid continues glaring at me. Come to think of it, no matter what kind of person she is, this person is much, much scarier. I've been forgetting that she's a vampire and she seems to lack knowledge of moral concepts, but I'm still attracted to her. Even to another movie before, but I was getting so frustrated when I couldn't fight her. It was something like feeling worried about, okay. She can ask me one more time, whose side are you on? Mine on that moment. There is at me in irritation. Hey, no, isn't that already decided? I'm still here. If I was on my side, I would have gone after her. In other words, what do you mean? Aki tilts her head to the side questioningly. What do I mean? Why doesn't she understand simple conversations? If she's like this, unless I don't just say it directly, she'll never understand. You're pretty dense. Saying I'm still here means that. Means what? Kagurama is an undoubtable truth, but I know that is something we must not say. No matter how beautiful she is, still doesn't change the fact that she's a vampire. Going silent and worried, dying say. She wanted to still then to say so. I said that's not it. Keep saying it, but why don't you understand? How can I know? Being screamed at irrationally, she screams back at me irrationally. Fine, then I don't know you at all, Shiki. Hey, hold on, where are you going? It's nothing to do with you, don't follow me. She really that angry? Arcade walks away without even turning around. Wow, I stand in shock by myself in the park. Arcade got mad and went somewhere by herself and asked her what I wanted, so I know I should go back to the mansion. But my feet don't move one step back. My logic tells me I should go, but my heart doesn't listen. It's been said a million times, but the thing and I don't go with logic. Man, jeez, damn it. Why is it that I just can't leave Arcade alone? Arcade. I said wait. I think my voice says she's after Arcade who keeps on walking. Sunburned by night, Arcade walks down the street. She looks straight ahead. The white field with golden hair fluttering, it was horrible as this was the first time I saw her. Nor perhaps it's the time she faced off with Dash. For some reason I have a bad feeling about this. Hey Arcade. Arcade continues to walk without turning around. I want to talk to you. You can at least tell me what you're going to do. Because Arcade just continues walking without turning around. It would be miserable if I left it like this. I decided to follow her silently for now. Footsteps echo through the night air, and then Arcade suddenly stops and turns around. Don't follow me. Don't you understand? It's troubling for a normal person like you to follow me around. Just tell me what you're going to do and I'll go back. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. Arcade strides off once more. Crap. Seems like our wordless wandering is going to continue. Stop it! That's weird! When we approach the main street, Arcade freezes. Found it, eh? The voice is cold like a totally different person's. Ah. Chill runs up my spine. Even from behind I can feel the hostility manifesting itself in her. Arcade, what are you? Can't even finish. It's clear what she intends to do without saying anything. Thought it out, there is nothing but a pure unadulterated intent to kill. Hey, what are you thinking? Arcade doesn't answer. Her eyes are fixed only on a man in a business suit walking by. Shiki, take off your glasses and look at that person. That person, you mean that businessman? Hurry. If you want to know what I'm doing, then leave the questions for later. Alright. I'd like to look well in town, but... Take off my glasses. Gah. Instantly a light headache springs forth. In exchange for the pain, I can see lines running along the walls and the ground. Another question, Sticky. You only see points on living things, right? Eh? Yeah, that seems to be true. Things like buildings only have lines. Saw them back during the time in that hotel, but at the cost of a headache that almost caused me to pass out. Right, since you are a living being, you can comprehend the death of inanimate objects. So in order to see the death of inanimate objects, you must first connect the circuit of the same orientation as them. To see, you have to comprehend them first. Then another question, Shiki, how does that person look to you? It will just be the same as always. Okay, without thinking I step backwards. What is that? Certainly all humans have lines on them, but they only have uncountable amounts and they also look like geometric patterns. But what is that? There are lines running all through him. Those lines are all over him like blood vessels, so much that I can't even make out his appearance. Dah, I want to puke. Those black lines scribbles make a scribbles making a human shape everywhere throughout it. I can see black points that look like they're following blood. Shiki, how does it look? I was hoping it would look normal to you. Can't answer. Right now it takes all my strength just not to vomit. I see how unfortunate that you can even see death on that thing. Yeah, it's not normal, but I can still see the lines. And yet you can even kill the dead. The fact that they don't have any life has no meaning for you. Something that moves, something that breaks, you can stop it completely without exception. You're more of a monster, Shiki. Eh? I just saw you can't call that thing human anymore. It's a vampire that deceives death by sucking the blood of other people. Arcade quickens his steps. She walks straight towards the man. Hey Arcade, stay there, Shiki. The young man realized Arcade was there. He starts running towards the back alley. Arcade treads silently. Underneath the moonlight, she disappears into that alley. Thump. The sound of my heartbeat is awfully close. It's not even real late at night. Even though I'm in the midst of a bustling shopping district, I can't sense anyone else besides myself. Thump. My glasses, I have to put on my glasses. If I don't do that, I'll see terrible things. I see something so terrible that everything I've seen so far would be nothing in comparison to it. Thump, but my body won't move. My eyes that can see this patchwork world look towards that alley in fascination. Suddenly sounds vanish, and the presence of other people, the sound of the wind, the smell of the dirt, all of it freezes. Under the frozen moon, a bizarre noise sounds from the other side of the wall. Go, no way I can see it, I can't hear anything. A sickening sound, but I can see it. My eyes even see the sound of death and death crashing. My vision turns crimson. Why do my eyes see death, something that shouldn't be able to be seen? My glasses, I have to put on my glasses or I'll go insane. I hold back the rising gouge in my throat and use my shaking hand to put on my glasses. Sound and light return. Now that I'm calm, I glance around and see nothing out of the ordinary in the shopping district. The bustling of many people passing by, the brightness of a store's decorated window, and the sound of rushing car engines. I'm panting excessively. I can hardly breathe. Even though I put my glasses back on, I can still feel a lingering remnant of that death and it makes me sick. Arcade comes out of the alley. There isn't even a trace of her previous hostility and she seems to be in a good mood. Arcade? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you really did stay here. Stay here, you can't go home after seeing something like that. Oh, what's wrong, Shiki? You don't look very lively. Don't worry about it, it's just my anemia. More importantly, Arcade, what was that all about? Look at Arcade as I grab her arms. Why, Shiki, what are you doing all of a sudden? If you're hurt, I can take you to your house. No thanks, I'm fine. So tell me, what was that person? You've shown me this much. So if you say this has something to do with me, I'll punch you, Arcade. But you're ignoring the fact that I can barely breathe. Arcade's expression instantly turns serious, but I have no intention of backing down. After a brief stare off, she gives a sigh. Fine, you're awfully persistent, Shiki. Forgive me for being so persistent. Idiot, that was a compliment. Then shall we go somewhere else to talk? Somewhere else? Why? You want me to tell you about it, right? So not here, let's go back to the park. Shiki, can you walk? Oh, don't make fun of me. Sending me is just an everyday thing. Okay. Oh, Arcade says regretfully as she smiles and starts to walk. Walk behind her and resists the urge to pass out. Well, as you wish, Shiki, let's talk about anything. If you want to ask something, feel free. Then I'll ask. But just what was that guy earlier? You said he was a vampire. What was he what you were after? Oh, he certainly is part of my target, but putting the dead back into the grave isn't my goal. I only got him because he was a minion of my enemy. If I left him alone, he would kill more people to increase his power. Arcadum, could you explain it so I can understand? I don't even know if that guy was even human or not. Oh, I guess I never really did explain to you in detail about vampires. Dash was sort of an aberration amongst the vampire race, so I didn't really need to explain it at that time. What's a normal vampire then? What I mean is what you all think about vampires. Immortal, never aging, sucking human blood, turning that human into a vampire, being destroyed by sunlight, all of that. My enemy is that old type of vampire. So you mean this enemy of yours is the one behind all the recent serial killings? My body never seems to like the shit I put it through. Fuck me. And it especially doesn't like the shit that the set is putting it through. Okay, I suppose, but the killing of all those people by sucking their blood might be the work of the dead, like the one you saw earlier. Shik, you remember how Dash's body was made of all those familiars, right? Yeah, that's not exactly something I can easily forget. That era like that. When humans have their blood sucked by a vampire, they can also receive some of the vampire's blood. They die but remain in this world as a servant of the vampire. They are called the dead and they are like the vampire's familiars. Maybe it's easier to understand it if I use the word zombie. It's closer to the voodoo belief in Haiti, however the fuck you pronounce the name of that place, where the white serpent god Dambala is invoked to control a dead body, but let's just say a dead body that moves is a zombie, okay? Yeah, I can visualize it better that way. I get it. So that man was killed by a vampire who uses him as a zombie. Yes, Arcade nods happily. I'm still confused though. Why would a vampire do that? Killing people, not letting them die but controlling them. What bad taste. You're right, those vampires do have bad taste. But that's something only the dead apostles do. Those that were always vampires from the very beginning do not do such things. Always vampires from the very beginning? I remember. You said there's two types of vampires, those who were vampires originally and those who were humans. When I heard that before, it kind of stuck in my head. I thought it was a little odd. So what exactly do you mean by those who weren't originally vampires? Simple, I'm just saying that dead apostles used to be humans. They either gained immortality through magic or became servants of the true ancestors that sucked their blood. Shiki, you said it was bad taste to use killed humans, but that's just the least of it. There are other vampires who think up of worse games. A game, what is that? You guys kill for fun and use their dead bodies as toys? I won't deny that. For vampires, amusement is the same as breeding. For those who were once human but gained imperfect immortality, their greatest enemy is boredom. They didn't have the reason to become immortal to start with, so once they gained immortality, they lost all kinds of greed. Their goal was immortality itself, so I guess that's just the way things are. They're bored, so they want to play. Don't be ridiculous, isn't that enough that they won't age or die? Do they really need anything else? That's what I said, they got everything they wanted. After that, there is no meaning to existence. As soon as someone realizes they have no value, that their life is stopped, then their meaning of existence disappears too. Immortality is also another word for death. Can I have immortality then? Guess I already have it. So they started to wear down and they started to create their own amusement, as if to tell themselves they could have fun as long as they lived. That's their beginning. They copy humans and see themselves in a game as lords of a castle, expanding their territory. I guess you could call it a country of the dead. Seems they got more enjoyment out of that than they expected. She speaks as if she was talking of other people. Arcade should be one of those, but she certainly doesn't seem like she has that sort of hobby. So basically they're playing a strategy game. Just download Age of Empires, man. Come on, it used to exist back then. But we'll change the topic. But the dead apostles were originally human. There are a few cases where they became vampires through their own magical research, but the majority of them were humans who had their blood sucked. They're immortal, but they can't last forever. They can only be immortal if they drink the blood of others. Didn't I say their immortality was imperfect? If they can't feed on humans, then their immortality is gone. But if they openly feed on humans, then the existence of vampires would be revealed. Even if they don't, just by being there, they distort the world around them. That would attract the attention of agents of the church like CL. So you mean that vampires can't do what they want? Yes, if they break their agreement with the church and move about freely, they would be immediately discovered and annihilated. So the majority of the dead apostles make servants that can bring them blood as they sleep, sucking blood and giving the dead bodies some blood of their own. They create their minions who do their work for them. We simply call those the dead. So you killed before. So what you killed before was kind of a soldier for the dead apostles. Not so much a soldier as a puppet. The dead apostles control the dead bodies by skipping the process of becoming a vampire. The dead are completely connected to their parent vampire. In order for them to survive, they attack others to eat their flesh, but more than half of that energy goes to their master. Like a queen bee nourished by the worker bees, the dead apostles can use the dead to increase their power while they sleep. My enemy can't be found easily because he's using a lot of the dead. He only dirties his hands once. After that, he simply controls the dead while he sleeps and expands his territory. They say many bodies are found in the recent supposed serial killings, but those are actually just failures. To tell the truth, there are over 100 victims in the city, but only a small amount of the ones discovered are the victims in the news. I see. Why do I get the feeling that that girl from his class is the vampire? Or, infected. Well, over 100. There are that many that had their blood sucked. And all those people suck the blood of others to make them into monsters like themselves, like that wandering lifeless thing earlier. That's ridiculous. 3 days ago. I remember how all those people in the hotel were killed for no reason. I was there but I didn't see it, so I can only visualize it and can't really tell what kind of violence it was. It's still the same. I can't fathom the existence of vampires that suck human blood just to increase their own territory. Just without reason, without even recognition. If someone close to me died like that, how would I act? I don't want to imagine it, but just a bit. I imagine Nakia being drained of blood and discarded like trash. What makes me mad is that this worst case scenario could happen at any minute in this town and I don't even have a clue about it before. I knew it would be angry, Shiki. I didn't want to talk about it because for the prey, for you guys, this is an inexcusable evil. This is not something you want to hear, is it? That's right. After hearing this, I don't know what to do. That's right. There's no way I can live in peace like I did until now, knowing that someone I know may become a victim tomorrow. Since I found out about it, I have to fight this vampire just like I did Dash. Such a fight. Do I have to fight again like that when it almost makes me go insane? Oh Shiki, you're making that face again. You can relax, even though the avowed enemies of the vampires do not have a presence in this country, I'm still here. Didn't I say earlier my purpose was to execute vampires? I don't know where that heavy atmosphere went because Arcade instantly becomes cheerful. Yeah, I remember, but you're a vampire too, right? Why do you side with us humans? I'm not really siding with the humans, but I'm doing it because I don't have anything else to do. She doesn't have anything else to do? I still don't understand her. Well, doing that brings so that Apostle was after me, but you beat Dash who was pursuing me, didn't you, Shiki? So now I can go back to the original plan and defeat my enemy. You can go back to living your normal life now and you don't have to associate with me anymore. She smiles as if she is happy about something. Shiki, why are you making that troubled face again? Because I'm troubled. This is something that involves the city I live in. Said you shouldn't worry. In 2 or 3 days it'll all be over. So there won't be any more victims. Yeah, honestly I don't want to be involved, but saying that line. Shouldn't I, the one actually living in the city, say that line instead of Arcade? Arcade, can I ask you a question? This enemy you speak of, is he strong? Well, he should be many times superior than the dead earlier. I haven't met him this time, but he has been latent for 8 years, so maybe he's a class 5 by now. Class 5, I don't get it, but does that mean he's stronger than Dash? Not a chance. Dash was special. He was a pure supreme vampire that would be difficult to defeat even with my full power. Compared to him, this enemy is pretty weak. Oh, then there's no way you'll be defeated. I breathe out in relief. Who knows, a few days earlier he wouldn't be a problem, but now I'm just recovering. The possibility that he has more power is actually high. Recovering? Are you sick or something? Arcade? Yeah, I still have the effects of when you kill me, and I don't think I'll be fine for at least a few more days. Ah, that's right, the reason why Arcade is weak, it isn't anyone's fault but mine. But it's okay, I'll defeat him for sure even if it kills me. So you don't need to worry about this city. The one I'm worried about is you. Eh? Why are you worried about me, Shiki? I just play through confusion. Well, of course I'm worried. I was relieved to hear this enemy was weaker than Dash because I thought there would be no chance of Arcade being defeated. Arcade, I don't even want to imagine Arcade getting hurt. It really is weird. Why can I not leave her alone? Certainly have the responsibility to bear for killing her, but I also feel guilty that she's weak right now because of that. But even if that wasn't the case, still couldn't leave her alone. Thought about it before too, but as expected, this might have nothing to do with logic. More than the fear that if I may even die, the emotion that I want to help Arcade is much stronger. But what we talked about before, Arcade, about what? You know, about whether our senpais are your ally. Wait, please hear me out. You certainly don't have any common sense. You're selfish and you're hard to handle. Arcade looks at me with a sour expression. During it, I let my true feelings out. But well, it really isn't boring when I'm with you. I like you, so I can I see it out until you defeat this enemy? What I mean to say is I won't be senpai's ally but yours. Still glance at Arcade's face. Really? Looking very surprised, she instantly returns my gaze. Well, yeah, even I think there's something wrong with me, but I'm already a part of this. I can't just overlook the problems going on in the city I live in. So you mean, yeah, if you're still weak and if you say you need my power, I'll work with you. I might just be a burden, but yeah, if you help me, there's nothing we can't do. Okay, her face beams brilliantly and she seems extremely happy. But is it okay, Shiki? You may have to face death again. I'm ready, and I think that's why I have these eyes to begin with. When I was a child, someone told me this. If I have the power others do not, I should do things that others cannot. I think this is what that kind of thing. Oh? I don't really know your circumstances. But that sounds good. Arcade is in an incredibly good mood. Being with her puts me in a good mood as well. But what do we do now? Do you want to search for more of the dead like before? Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. The one before was the 12th, so I don't think there's much more. Pan Vampire will have to come out once they are all destroyed. So I have to hunt the remaining ones for now. Is that still okay? She asked. Anything is fine, I'm just with you. If you lead, then I'll follow. Well, shall we start again? Ah no, that's good for tonight. I usually follow a fixed route. The other dad will probably not be out tonight. Since they're few in number, I don't think I'll let them all come out at once. Oh really? But doesn't that mean this enemy will try to hide the dead from me or cute? Basically, but since this enemy is a vampire, he needs to steal the blood and energy of others. So even though this is a really weird laugh from my mother. So even though he knows I'm searching for them, he has to send the dead out to get the minimal blood he needs. Okay. Sigh. Then the minimal dead he sent out was that man from before, huh? So searching further tonight will be useless, I think. Well, I don't mind. It is tedious though. Yeah, hunting vampires is tedious for a crowd to find the coffin of this enemy somewhere in this city. So it won't be easy. Arkid lets go of my hand and jumps back softly. Arkid, let's say goodbye for tonight. We'll meet tomorrow. With a dance like step, she watches me as she gets further away. Tomorrow, wait, where should we meet? Here's fine. The time, yeah, around 10 o'clock should be fine. With a smile, she makes that promise. Good night, Shiki. See you here tomorrow. And waving her hand, Arkid disappears. I get back to the mansion. It's about 1:30 in the morning. The mansion's completely dark. This can't be good. Put my hand on the mansion gate. Ka-chang. Steady chain holds it closed. Dang. Shouldn't cut this. Think a bit. Then I decide to climb over the gate. I'm exhausted. After sneaking over the wall like a thief, I quietly make my way to the doorway. The gate was locked, but the door isn't. Must have been Hisui. Give a sigh of thanks. So as not to wake Hakusan or Hisui, I sneak my way through the mansion. Phew. Letting out a breath, I lay down on my bed. I promise you, Akiyot, maybe it's fate, but you've gotten yourself tangled up in trouble again, Tonoshiki. Could I help it? Just can't leave her alone. Maybe I didn't want to leave her alone. Well, I do like Arkiyot, but is that love? I don't even know my feelings. At any rate, it looks like I'll be helping Arkiyot once again starting tomorrow. So for now, I should think of anything else but getting a good night's sleep. Shouldn't. Okay. I can't sleep. If I close my eyes, so many things come to mind about Arkiyot. About this vampire lurking the streets, about the black clothes senpai. I can't sleep. Makes sense. Times like this, reading is good. I know there was a book I was reading before. The first feeling was rather one of pity. Not anger, not despair. Just I thought everything before my eyes was pitiful. Of course, the most pitiful thing is myself. Life which breaks down without limit. Daily life which fades without limit. Time which is forgotten without limit. Everyone only falls, and yet everyone still struggles desperately to continue existing. And when they judge that it's not possible, they continue to reproduce. Continuing to reproduce. In the end, even that dies, but there is no recompensation. Of course, it is not those who die who are not recompensated. You had no hope to begin with. What is not recompensated are the attempts, the noble wish, the yearning for eternity which everyone longs for yet cannot achieve. I have no interest whatsoever in the things that break down. If I could see death and understand it, maybe I'll take a bit of an interest. A repetition nearly impossible to measure, yet this wish repeats itself. I thought to replace this almost comical cycle of wishes with one pure thing. There is no need to state the method. A wish becomes a result after it is granted. I live solely for that reason. It could not be termed conviction. Just the first word I learned happened to be eternity. Oh, so intend to get the eternity closest to you? Of course not. There are only a species that age slower and die harder. I'm becoming one of them only because this body has reached its limit. If I'm going to go farther on, it will take time in this body. It's ironic that you, the one that goes after eternity, hurries with things. So you plan on living here tomorrow? I'll leave the burial agency to you. In the first place, there is only one empty seat for the priesthood. I used up all my father's inheritance getting this far, so it's about time I quit. Well, that's fine. So you're going to complete your magic theory. I have no intention of living here, and I can't live with you. Can't live with you. Well, fortunately, I'm a woman. I'll quickly be able to tell it all about you. Oh, what will you tell it in our barrack? Let's see. I'll tell it something like, after under 100 years, another newcomer, dead apostle, will appear. His wants us to take notice of him, so ignore him. No, you wouldn't need to wait 100 years, just like here. I will rise quickly to the top. This body will become the most superior vampire, so 10 years will be enough. How foolish. Even if it is you, you would need at least 100 years if you start over from the dead. Their world's intensity is nowhere as nice as ours. What the fuck is happening here? Using direct methods, then you would be right. But if I become the strongest vampire from the very beginning, their world's rules will not apply to me. What do you mean by that? It is simple. As a priest of the church, you certainly know that the apostles' powers are affected by the true ancestors that suck their blood. Therefore, the solution is very simple. If I wish to become the strongest yet apostle, this blood of mine must be sucked by the strongest of the true ancestors. Arcade. Bow in the sky. It's the 7th day. The week is over. So that thing about it being a week was wrong. That's nice. I would say that's about enough for now, but at the same time I have nothing else to do. But I don't want to play this game anymore right now. That's not nice. Let's see how much speed I get now. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. Fucking hell. What the fuck is that country? United States of America down there. Two from the US. One from, this looks like Australia, I think, but I could be very wrong. Cool. This is fucked up. Ugh. 7 hour 45 minutes. Oh, it went up. Nice. 8 hour 27 minutes. Wow. Balamar. I'm watching a dream. I feel like you should say having, but alright. A vague dream without any particular significance. Do I like her? I don't know my true feelings, but I can't deny the reality that I'm always concerned about her. Okay. Do I like her? I don't know. It's just that when I was completely lost within myself, she helped me. She wasn't there, I may have just died back under the pouring rain. I don't know. That's why I have to ask why she's doing this. Why her eyes are so devoid of any emotion. Shiki-sama, I can hear his voice mingling with this morning light. Shiki-sama, it is time, please wake up. Her inflectionless voice awakens me. As soon as I wake up, terrible things enter my vision. Get a headache like I was just shot in the head. I almost lose my just awakened consciousness. Before I fade away completely, I quickly grab my glasses. Shiki-sama, are you not feeling well? No, that's not it. It's just my anemia acting up. Lightly shaking my head, I clear my head of what I was saying. More than that, good morning, Misui. Thanks for waking me up. Standing up in bed, I do my best to smile naturally. No, this is my duty. There is no need for you to thank me, Shiki-sama. But I'm grateful. You are infinitely better than an alarm clock. I stand up. It's not yet 7 o'clock. About 10 minutes earlier than I usually get up. Breakfast? I'll be there soon, so please go ahead of me. Shiki-sama, about that, Makia-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. Seems she has some questions for you. She says this with some difficulty. Some things she needs to ask. Is she in a bad mood? Yes, Akia-sama seems to have realized that you left last night, Shiki-sama. I blurted that out without thinking. Last night I went to look for Arcade and came home late. Oh, I thought no one noticed. Yes, I also thought that I was the only one who noticed. Hisui answers solemnly. Question mark. Hisui, you realize I left? Oh. Hisui looks very apologetic. I see you're new. No wonder the mansion's entrance was open. Yes. Hisui answers reluctantly. Thanks, it was a big help, and thanks for going out of your way to do that. But Nesan realized too because of that. Nesan and I have 2-hour shifts watching the mansion, and she found out about me unlocking the entrance. I see now. Koku-san is Akia's servant, so she would have lived to Akia about last night. He says there's no need to apologize. It was my fault that I was walking around at night, so I should take the blame. I'm still very happy that you left the door unlocked. He just looks at me. It is nothing. As soon as you change, please go to the sitting room. Still looking like she wants to say something, Hisui exits into the hallway. Dang, I'm going to get scolded back. Yeah, again, I'm true to myself as I change. If I have time for that, there's still something important I have to do instead. Let's try to have to talk to Senpai. I get the headache again. Faded when I was talking to Hisui, but as soon as she left, it started hurting again. Crap, this doesn't look like it will end soon. I bear the pain as I collapse on the bed. It doesn't ease up. Throb, pain like I'm being stabbed in the head. Makes me completely forget what I was thinking about earlier. Come to think of it, 8 years since that accident, I've always had to deal with my broken body. Dizziness, headaches, and anemia occurring unexpectedly. I can't count how many things I had to give up because of that. The doctor said it was a miracle just surviving it. Just being able to live was a miracle. So putting up with various pains is perhaps necessary. This broken eyes, since I was able to alleviate these eyes, told me to treat that miracle very importantly. Those words, she mean that human life is not so much precious as it is not returnable. So I should treat it carefully. These past few days I've seen the deaths of many people too easily. Lives ending so easily, it's almost comical. If it is something that ends so easily, doesn't it mean that it was only worth that much from the beginning? I such a dumb fuck. সব জায়গায় উল্টা সেন্তা করে কেমন piece of shit. If that's the case, it is meaningless to view life as precious. Huh? Why? Since when did you start thinking like that? Sigh, the headache finally stops. Maybe I saw too much blood. What a horrible thought. Take a deep breath, filling my lungs with fresh air. I clear away the unpleasantness. I should hurry up and go to school. I should go and see CL Senpai. During the slight pain lingering in my head, I leave my room. I go down the stairs and into the lobby. Next to me is the hallway that goes down towards the sitting room. In front of me is the front door that leads outside. What should I do? Aki is waiting in the sitting room, but I want to hurry up and see Senpai. But still I can't ignore Aki and go right to school. I want to find out about Senpai right away, but first I should explain to Aki about last night. Aki is the only one in the sitting room. Kokusan is in the kitchen humming away. Akia doesn't say anything when she sees me and sips her tea quietly. Good morning, Akia. Resisting the urge to go to school, I greet her as naturally as possible. Akia's eyebrow touches as she places her teacup down and slowly looks at me. Good morning, niece, and it was quite late when you came home last night, wasn't it? No, not really. It was almost a little past 1 o'clock, quite normal for a healthy young man in high school to be up, right? I see. My bedtime is also past midnight, so I was up at that time. I would come home much earlier, but I would come home much earlier than that. Yeah, when I was home earlier, wasn't I? I just had something to do, so I was out for a little bit. Without permission, you acted like you were out doing something you felt guilty over. Ah, her stare is pure ice. This is the second time, and I'm sure even though Akiha looks calm, she is quite angry. Listen, I don't know what went on at the Arima house, but here the curfew is at 8 o'clock. It is a rule that must not be broken. The gate will be locked after that, so please don't climb in like a robber. Oh, you knew? The surveillance camera showed me quite clearly. It's a good thing Kohaku-san realized it was you and turned off the alarm system, because otherwise you'd probably be detained right now, Tonoshiki. Oh, I should thank Kohaku-san then. And Tamaki, I'm sorry. Shouldn't have kept quiet about it. If you understand, then it's fine. Please make sure you observe your curfew from now on. I'll overlook it this time. About that, Akiya, what is it? This is a little hard to say. I'll have something to do tonight too. I don't know when I will be back, but I'm not going to do anything bad. Her gaze sharpens. Kohaku. She suddenly stands up. Kohaku-san comes in from the kitchen. Yes, what is it, my lady? I'll be going to school. Get the preparations ready. Huh? I have not yet made Shige-sama's breakfast. You can leave this person alone. Seems he can do everything by himself. Akiya stretched towards the lobby. Kohaku-san sighs. Shige-san, you should not make Akiya-sama so upset. You are her big brother, so please teach her better, okay? Saying that, she walks after Akiya. The teacup sits still steaming. Sigh. No, it's my own fault, but I won't make any breakfast today. I won't have any breakfast today. But it is convenient in a way. It is not just 7 o'clock. Going to school now, I should be able to get there around 7:30. I make it to the gate. It's about 7:30. Stand and wait for Senpai by the gate. It probably looks a little strange to those students walking by, but I don't really care. Senpai doesn't show up. The school gate is locked with students as they arrive. It was only about 5 minutes before the gate closes, but Senpai still does not come. She might not come today. Yesterday I saw all that happen, so she might not come today or tomorrow or the day after. Thump. Thinking that, I feel a little faint. Shake my head to clear it of terrible thoughts. Then someone pats me on the shoulder from behind. Harihiko? Never mind. Tonokun, what are you doing here? Senpai? Yes, Senpai nods. Really? But yes, here you are. Because before I can finish, Senpai puts her hand over my mouth. Tonokun, not here, let's go behind the gymnasium. Senpai gives the usual smile as she keeps her hand over my mouth and pulls my arm. Okay. Okay. He dead. He dead. He's gonna get stabbed. I go take a piss. And I'm back. Let's see if he dies. I try to tell her to stop, but I can't speak. She forcefully pulls me away. The school bell rings overhead. Homeroom has begun. Furthermore, no one else is around. Yes, no one can hear us here. Senpai finally releases me. He dead! Jumping back, I face Senpai directly. You want to talk about last night, right? If there's anything you want to say, please go ahead, Tonokun. Senpai speaks calmly as if what happened last night was not a big deal. But it was a big deal for me. Her attitude right now makes me mad. So that really was you last night? Yes. I did say your name back then too, so it's impossible to hide it any longer. I grit my teeth. I didn't expect an apology or anything, but still. But you said that wasn't you. What wasn't? 3 nights ago. Asked if you were the one that helped me that night in the park, and you said it wasn't you. That was a lie. succinctly. Senpai simply says so. A lie, Senpai. You didn't keep the promise we made. You told me you wouldn't go out at night anymore. She stares at me. Start to feel like the bad guy all of a sudden, feeling guilty about what I did. Made the promise with you so something like this wouldn't happen. Is that how little a promise with me means to you, Tonokun? That makes me sad. No, that's not it. But last night I thought Arcade was the one behind the serial killing. But that couldn't be right, so I want to ask her and tell her all about last night. Senpai listened to it all silently. How I met her accidentally, how she explained to me about the vampire in the city, how I teamed up with her to save the city and everything up until now. I understand. So you teamed up with her to defeat the vampire in this city, right, Tonokun? Well, yeah, that's how it is. Can't believe it. Tonokun, do you really believe in vampires? Oh, what are you saying, Senpai? Even you're one of the church's eggs, sir. Senpai puts a finger on my face, on my lips. Don't worry about me. Isn't the problem more about you, Tonokun? Me? I don't have any problems. Okay, you have no self-awareness, it seems. Senpai gives a troubled sigh. I have a question. Just how much did she tell you about? How much? Well, only that a vampire is in the city sucking people's blood. So in other words, you don't know about her or this enemy she is after? Well, I haven't heard about it. I see. Then I will tell you about it. Wow, that's amazing. You know about that, Senpai? Well, you know, I'm a member of the church, so of course I know about that much. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I kind of forgot. Ahahaha. Motherfucker. Attempt to laugh it off. Jeez, I'm trying to be serious, so please pay attention. I nod in assent. Huh? But isn't that a secret? Arkyodam. She said you were all incredibly secretive. Yes, it really isn't something to talk about, but today is special. There isn't anyone watching over certain things, so as long as you didn't tell anyone, then it will be okay. What will happen if I tell someone else about you, Senpai? Yes, I'll just do exactly what you're thinking of, Tonokun. Senpai gives that frightening response with a smile. Well then, I'll keep it very simple. Tonokun, how much was explained to you about vampires? Just about how there are two types and how they're the apostles of the vampires that suck human blood. But I think I know what kind of monsters they are. That's true. Tonokun, you did actually defeat a vampire. Haha, but you did help me at the very end, Senpai. Yes, I watched you annihilate chaos. When I came, chaos was already dying though. I'm surprised, since Senpai knows about my eyes. It was terrible that mom made you do such a thing. If she had a conceptual weapon to defeat chaos, she should have used it herself. After seeing your bloody body, I thought I should punish you then and there. You too, Tonokun. Even if she were given a weapon that can kill vampires, what were you thinking fighting that thing? Does she have a hold over your weakness or something? Still looking surprised, Senpai complains a lot. Senpai, what's this weapon that can kill vampires? What do you mean? I'm talking about that knife you have, Tonokun. Oh, I guess she wouldn't tell you about it. It's not good for her either. Final Fantasy Exile V Online. Oh, mega lol. Okay. Am I still gonna get like 80 kbps? I don't. I'm enjoying the game, but come on. I don't want to oversaturate it. To ordinary outside force, I mean normal weapons. With such things you cannot cause wounds greater than the speed of their recovery. To kill a vampire you need an outside force greater than their speed of recovery or something that nullifies their ability to recover. This ability of theirs, the curse of restoration, actually isn't treating the wounds. Instead it is reversing. It is a reversing of time to restore the damaged body part back to its original state. An occult artifact which nullifies this effect is called a conceptual weapon. Senpai cheerfully says all these things I can't understand too well. Of course you can't. In short, a magical weapon. We usually live their curse looking into their human past, so we do not usually use them. But for those that were not originally human, we use them, kind of like a secret weapon. Your knife is not an anti-vampire weapon she brought? Is it not an anti-vampire weapon she brought? Or is it a family treasure? But it would be strange for the Tono family to possess an anti-demon weapon. Senpai ponders aloud. Don't know what she's thinking, but seems she has no idea about my eyes. I'm Senpai. Where did our conversation about vampires go? With a sad Senpai, she smiles to herself. She smiles as if to hide her embarrassment. As usual, her personality is hard to understand. You're just fucking stupid. Let's get back to the main subject. Please listen carefully to Onokun. Yes, please keep it short. Come on, piece of shit. It seems you already know about how there are the true ancestors and the dead apostles. So it is very simple. The enemy she is after is a dead apostle nicknamed the Serpent. Among the dead apostles, he is considered a heretic, a special vampire. This vampire is not as strong as Chaos, whom you defeated, but he is more difficult an opponent to eliminate than this Chaos in a way, since he comes back to life even after he dies. Senpai, vampires are immortal, so isn't it natural for them to come back to life after dying? You eliminated Chaos, right? Even if they are vampires, if you destroy their body and soul, they will be vanquished. If you kill a vampire, they will die. But the Serpent is a vampire who has conquered even this. Tonokun, are you familiar with the cycle of reincarnation? The serpent sheds his skin. It is part of Buddhist doctrine, so I would think a Japanese would be quite familiar with it. Yeah, it's that thing where when someone dies, they're reborn again as another human. Yes, exactly. In other words, the vampire named the Serpent has made the cycle of reincarnation his own. That's what I mean when I say he comes back to life even after he is killed. Reincarnation, you mean if he dies, he will start over again as a baby? Yes. While the Serpent is alive, he chooses his next host, and when it is born, he transmits all of the information of his self. The Serpent's information stays deep within the baby until it matures or until it gains sufficient intelligence. As soon as that baby has this intelligence to succeed his self, the baby becomes a new vampire that is the Serpent. Wow, my hairline is a fucking joke. It's receding so fast. So fast. Wait a minute, what's that? Don't tell me that he does surgery on it while it's in the mother or something like that. No, it's not anything medical. Because the instant his body is destroyed, he reincarnates into the body he chose as his next host. I said all of his information earlier, but to say it simpler, think of it as his soul. It wouldn't be quite correct to say his soul propagates through the air and takes over someone's body, but it's similar to an electromagnetic wave. In this case, the human brain is what does the transmitting and the receiving. His exceptional point is that he took this soul, which is incalculable and something that disperses as soon as it leaves the envelope of the body, and processed it as something that could be transmitted. Her words don't seem quite real. I don't understand what she's saying. This Serpent gets reborn as a baby when he dies, and this baby turns into this Serpent vampire when it becomes an adult. But if I believe your story, it means he will never die. It's not immortality, but it's worse than that. Being killed and reborn as someone else, that's like living forever. Yes, exactly. It was 800 years ago when the Serpent first became a dead apostle. Since then, the Serpent has been reborn 17 times. Every time Arcade Brunstad has killed him. Arcade did? Yes. To her, the Serpent is a special vampire. Well, the Serpent has a special meaning to me as well, but even if she dies, he will just be reborn, right? So killing him over and over is just pointless, isn't it? Yes. He is killed by her, reincarnates, and killed by her again. That cycle has repeated itself over and over. If Arcade had the power to kill not the body but the meaning, then this probably would not be happening. Senpai looks down a little and she seems to be gritting her teeth. I don't know why, however it seems that Senpai also has some grudge against the enemy like Arcade does. A vampire that is reborn every time it is killed. That's Arcade's and Senpai's enemy. Senpai. The Serpent guy, what kind of a guy is he? He was originally a man, but that can change depending on the body he reincarnates into. The troublesome part of this dead apostle is that they are all hard to find. because he's properly born as a human baby and has parents. The serpent transforms into a vampire only when he reaches the age where he can do everything at a satisfactory level. There's a very easy way to kill him. When he dies, kill all babies. Simple. It also rids the world of an entire generation of fucking dumbasses, because it's the 2000s right now in this game. So, killing two birds with one stone. Until then, that human shows no hint of being a vampire. But once the serpent awakens, he uses the relationships he gained until that time to blend perfectly into society. I heard that the church detects the serpent's presence usually after a whole town is turned into the dead. I see. For example, if the serpent got reincarnated in me, he would live as Sonushik even after he becomes a serpent. Unless he makes a big mistake, he would be free to suck blood without people realizing it. That is scary. Of course, those around him are in danger too. But that human whom he reincarnated into, he would just disappear after maturing, right? One moment that person is living normally and the next moment he suddenly turns into the serpent. That's very frightening. Yes, but it isn't like two people sharing one body. The human body is still the serpent. Depending on its environment, it's either a good or a bad person. But even that disappears the instant the serpent awakens. To sum it up, once the serpent dies, he's reborn into the next body, and once that body gains intelligence, it gains the previous life's self and becomes a vampire. That's strange. Even if it did reincarnate, that baby is still human, so even if it does gain the self of a previous life, the body shouldn't turn into a vampire, right? Reincarnation isn't the transmitting of personality, it is the transmission of a soul. So the personality differs every time depending on their families and upbringings, but the soul itself does not change. Once bitten by a true ancestor, not only is the body forever soiled, but the soul as well. What changes the body is the soul. The serpent transmits all his information called his soul, so when the serpent awakens, the body becomes one of a vampire, but as you said, that is too weak. So he should select his next host while he is alive. The family he is born into must meet two conditions. The first being one of wealth. Being born into a family of high social standing, property and money makes it easier to make the whole town into vampires later on. And there is another, this is the important one, but amongst normal people like us, there are also people that carry special powers. Not like magic, which is a mystic power that can be learned, but rather special abilities from birth. Such people are normally called demonic children or psychics. These special abilities are genetic, so they are inherited, passed by blood. He chooses those families that have something not human in their lineages. Family with wealth and influence and inhuman power. Those are the requirements for his host. This serpent vampire, he seems to be quite prepared. Yes, since he's a serpent, he has a very slithering intellect. There's something about this story I don't like. Tonokun, that was just a joke, but are you listening? Eh? Yeah, it wasn't very funny. Okay, dude. So basically you're telling me that the serpent is Akiha. Senpai goes quiet, but I really don't feel like laughing right now. Why do I suddenly feel so down? But I understand now. That's our enemy, right, Senpai? No. Arcade Brunstub's and my enemy. There's no need for you to worry about the serpent, Donokun. So please don't go with Arcade any longer. Either I or that woman will destroy him. There's no need for you to face any danger. Danger, look, isn't just living in this city dangerous enough? Even you, even Arcade are fighting to wreck this city. So I can't overlook this either. No, she isn't thinking about the city. She's only after the serpent for her own reasons. Tonokon, the dead apostles were once human. There are two ways for them to become vampires. Either they would have their blood sucked by the true ancestors who were originally born as vampires, or they change their own bodies through their magical research in their quest for immortality. Is the serpent the one... The one Arcade converted 800 years ago, I wonder. The serpent had his blood sucked by a true ancestor to become a dead apostle. Do you understand? The serpent was a victim of the true ancestors, a race beyond ours. Senpai stares at me, these motionless eyes. Tell me what she's going to say next. Don't tell me that true ancestor was Arcade Brunstad, the royalty of the true ancestors who made her only mistake 800 years ago. She's the one who made the serpent. Eh? From the very beginning, the true ancestors were in existence far separated from ours. The dead apostles of certainly are vampires that will immense ability, but that ability is only an extension of human capacity. Because they've managed to attain a long life, they're able to develop their abilities and manage to refine it to those super abilities as a result. In other words, anyone can develop abilities equal to the vampires if they have a long time. Yeah, I think I've read that somewhere. They say immortality about being a vampire isn't something that great. But the true ancestors are different. From the moment they are born, they possess power beyond human comprehension. From the beginning, these true ancestors are in existence closer to the world than humans. We humans have flourished this much by isolating ourselves from nature. While we receive blessings from nature, we steal from it, and even if nature is destroyed, we will not be destroyed. We became the most superior race on this planet probably because of this one sin only we humans carry. We can no longer be a part of nature. In its place, we have gained ways to even destroy nature, this whole planet. However, from the nature's perspective, this is evil. The world itself is a form of life, so it has the will to protect itself from us. But it does not have senses. Gaia asked Type Moon to give it the thing. Gaia asked Type Moon to give it a type because Gaia was scared of humans who were getting too strong and who were slowly gaining the ability to destroy Gaia itself. And hence, the true ancestors were born. Altruge was born. And then eventually, Arcade was born. Or at least that's what I remember, but I could be very wrong. But it does not have senses. So it creates a presence separated from nature like us to demonstrate us. Senpai is weird. Nature doesn't have a will of its own. Yeah, it can, but can it be that we just can't feel it? Nature, the earth, possesses a will. That is why it still exists and tries to stay beautiful. The problem isn't that we can't feel it. It's that the standard of what nature thinks is beautiful and the standard of what humans believe is beautiful are the same. An existence which the world created to sense for it. These are what we usually call spirits. They are a transcendental species existing on another plane, different from the remaining spirits of animals in the present world. The true ancestors are one type of these spirits. They are born with the purpose to punish humans, so they only see humans as evil. Much as we think vampires who prey upon humans are evil, they view humans who prey upon nature as evil. But that's funny. Then why can't they exist unless they feed on us humans, the evil existence? Humans are only enemies to the true ancestors. As part of nature, known as those whose power is linked to nature itself, their power has no limits. In the long history of the church, there are only a few records of fighting against the true ancestors. They get their powers from the world itself. Therefore, in order to kill them, a conceptual weapon with the power to kill the world is needed. Of course, such a weapon does not exist. So that means that death cannot be caused by external factors. That night she said in that hotel that if I had tried to kill her during night time, these eyes would not even have been able to see her death. In other words, it means she cannot die. Do you understand, Donovan? Arcade Brunstad is pursuing the serpent in order to recover her power he took away from her. It's not for the sake of any humans. I don't know why she is weakened now, but if she regains her power, she will not need your help, Donovan. When that happens, do you think she will let you leave safely? Of course she would, because she doesn't have any reason to hurt me. She's a vampire. She isn't like the apostles who suck blood in order to prolong their own life. Look, Tonokun, if the true ancestors didn't suck human blood, vampires would never exist in the first place. They can survive without sucking human blood, but they still do suck blood because they have the urge to do so and make humans into an existence outside of human nature. I can't let some ordinary person like you be with her. Senpai's talking like that. It might be because of my dizziness, but it seems like everything she's talking about is totally unrelated to me. Ah, Hare. Tonokon, does that show you how dangerous she is? Yeah, well, I get the gist. So please don't cooperate with her anymore, okay? I I can't do that. I can't consent to what Senpai is saying because Senpai doesn't know our kid. She doesn't know how good of a person she is. Sure. You've known these characters what, 5 days each? Come on. Tonokon, Senpai groans. But even if she makes that face, I can't lie to myself. Sorry, Senpai, I also have my reasons, so I want to help her. It's true that I don't know what she'll do if I turn against her. But it's also true that I just can't leave her alone. So please don't say stupid things. Tonokun, you're just a normal boy. So you shouldn't do such dangerous things. Yeah, I'm grateful for your concern. But there are some things that I want to protect if I can, such as this city and my peaceful time with you at school, Senpai. Well, even though you ended up protecting me. But it is just too dangerous. You were nearly dead when you fought with chaos. Isn't that alright? Besides, if our kid is really that strong, shouldn't be defeating this serpent vampire be simple? I'm telling you that she's the dangerous one. Please open your eyes already. She isn't human, you don't know, and she'll suck blood. She's more of a monster than the dead apostles. What? I know that Senpai is really worried about me, but I can't allow those words. Just stop, Senpai, she isn't a monster. Okay, shrimp. Shouldn't say those things when you haven't even talked to her. That is true, but she's a vampire. Please understand that. No, that's wrong. Looks Senpai kid doesn't suck blood. She told me herself and I don't think she's lying. But I don't know how these other true ancestors are, but our kid is different. Just her, she's definitely okay. Definitely what? Look at if she isn't dangerous, it's dangerous enough for you to fight. You can't recover from injuries like she can. If you get wounded, you will die. But I can't forgive if she knows this and she'll let you fight. It's like she's just seeing you as a tool, Tonokon. Senpai screams this last part, I know. I understand she's right, but because I understand her voice annoys me. Shut up, Tonokon. Just shut up, Senpai. Our kid doesn't see me as a tool at all. You don't know anything about her. You just think she's some sort of a monster. So you have no right to say any of that. Please calm down. You don't know very much about her, but there is a possibility that she could be deceiving you. Shut up. Weren't you the one deceiving me? Ah. Oh crap. Why did I say that terrible thing? Senpai said too much, but I can't say it. The expression looks very fragile. It looks like it's going to break down the moment I say something. You're right, you're right now that you mention it. Senpai, yes, that's right, I have been deceiving you, Tonokon. So there's no reason for you to believe me. Senpai smiles as if her previous expression never existed. Okay, come on, piece of shit. There's no trace of it being faked, even though it has to be fake. Can't see anything but a true smile. Apologize for taking your time. Then I'll just disappear now. Eh? The wind rushes by, and that very instant Seal Senpai disappears from right before my eyes. Great job, Asoda. Top 10 for CD 2 timer. Destined to be the one timer. Can't even get out. So bad. It's now lunchtime. The room gets loud and my louder friend appears. Don't know where are you eating today? Wherever. I don't care if it's here or the cafeteria. Alright, let's have some bread. If you're here, Senpai might come. I'll go buy some any request. As long as it's not curry bread, then anything's fine. Go and some milk. Roger. Hariko walks out of the classroom happily. Here you go, 2 curry breads and some milk. Thanks for waiting. Told him anything but curry bread, but I guess that had the opposite effect. Thank him and toss him some money. Start to chew on my curry bread. Hey Tono, did Senpai come? I shake my head no. Damn, maybe she's in the cafeteria today. Hariko, she won't come anymore. What? Did you get in a fight with her? That's not it, but she doesn't like me anymore. Sorry, Hariko. See her tell her I'm sorry. Really do feel it now that I mentioned it. I hurt her badly. She won't come see me ever again. What's this, Tono? Are you feeling so? Are you telling me sorry for asking her out without asking me? If that was the case, it would be much better. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, if it was sorry or goodbye, there would be some hope left. Certainly, I think that was a pretty bad thing to say. But I'll just disappear. That's too much, right, Ariko? Say this and put my head down on my desk. Classes are over. It's a Wednesday, so the rest of my classmates run out of the room as soon as classes end. It's a Wednesday like any other, but I don't feel like doing anything. If I went to the tea ceremony themselves, and I probably wouldn't be there. As lifeless as the dead, I go back to the mansion. Asoda. Welcome back, Shiki-sama. Hisui greets me as soon as I get back to the mansion. Even though Hisui was waiting for me this whole time, I can't even bring myself to greet her, and I make my way to my room. After dinner, I return to my room. There's still a little time before I'm supposed to meet Arcade. Please don't say stupid things. Tonokon, you're just a normal boy, so you shouldn't do such dangerous things. Senpai was just worrying about me. In the end, is it just that I chose Arcade over Senpai? Why don't you understand your own feelings, Shiki? Ask my reflection in the window glass. My light. How, like, right, that sound is like this, right? Yeah, that's the sound. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Or is it dusk? Is that dusk? Or is you know? Okay, I'll stop thinking about it. My light headache returns since I've been having more headaches. Up until now, the effects of my anemia have only been dizziness. Probably changed to these headaches because I've started taking off my glasses and seeing that it's time. It's the time I promised to meet Arcade. No matter what Senpai said, I have to keep a promise I made. Putting my knife in my pocket, I exit my room. Okay, some promises are more valuable than others, I fucking guess. I go outside. There were never many people around the mansion to begin with, but because of all this serial killings, it's unnaturally quiet. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, but the emptiness makes it feel more like past 1 o'clock. Sigh. It is well into October and the wind is starting to blow colder. Fall is nearly over as well. I walk down the empty street holding these sentimental thoughts. Make my way around the mansion wall. Past here and down the hill is the park where Arcade is waiting. And then I see a black figure leaning on the mansion wall. One clothing bag stands not to block my way but just to watch me go by. Where are you going this late at night? Senpai doesn't even look me at my face as she says this without the slightest inflection in her voice. Senpai, she's dead in my tracks. Can't look at her face either. Feel uneasy about what happened this morning, so I can't bring myself to directly look at her. Even after I said all that, you're still going to see her, Tonokon. Can't be helped. I can't leave her alone. I can't become the vampire in the city either. See, you've got a point there. She closes her mouth. I pass her figure on the wall. Sorry, Senpai, about a lot of things. Please don't worry. You weren't mistaken. Hear her voice from behind me. Doesn't seem like she intends to stop me from seeing Arcade at all, because Senpai has completely given up on me. Ah, Hare. Well then I'll be going. Yes, please do as you like, Tonokun. I can still only hear her voice. Yet I still walk away from the bench without even turning around. Tap, 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 tap. The footsteps echo in the night along the residential street. I wish I had a street like that to walk on. Fuck me. Tap, 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 tap. The footsteps echo in the night along the residential street. They aren't the footsteps of a heavy man, but of a much lighter body. In addition, I'm wearing sneakers so they don't make such sounds. Only shoes with a hard bottom can make this sound. For example, shoes like high-laced boots. Actually, I don't even need to give an example. Without a doubt, those footsteps belong to high-laced boots. I stop. The footsteps cease at the same time. This isn't any good. If I just ignore her like this, we'll reach the park soon. You just go out and say it. I turn around. Hey, Senpai. Yes. Is your house this way? No, it's in the complete opposite direction. Okay, dude. You went there once, Tonokun. Did you forget already? No, I remember. I just didn't have that much confidence in my memory. You should, because my house is that way. Oh, that's right, I say with a smile. Yes, it is, she says, returning my smile. Well, then I'm going this way. Yes, please do as you wish, Tonokun. She's smiling. She seems to be seeing me off. But for some reason, I have an incredible bad feeling about this. Suck in a deep breath. What's wrong, aren't you going? Senpai asks. In that instant, I dash down the street. Start to pant heavily. This far, running full string this far. She couldn't have followed me. Tonokun going wild like that is dangerous, you know. Bugana! Bugana! What is your human? To a church, motherfucker. A hand pats my shoulder from behind. Wow, I instinctively jump back. Senpai stands behind me as if it was perfectly natural to do so. Why are you following me, Senpai? Well, I feel uneasy leaving you by yourself. She speaks very matter-of-factly. I don't even know how to respond. Two-timer! For Sin City, it's happening! God, I fucking hate him. I hate him so much. I fucking hate Tonoshiki so fucking much. I feel like how Aninda Bhaiya felt. I feel like how you felt when you were dealing with Shiro in Fate Night. This is fucking stupid, man. This is so dumb. I can't. I don't know, but I should say it bluntly, say it calmly. Wait a minute, Senpai, didn't you say I can do as I wish? Yes, please do as you wish, Tonokun. Senpai nods and smiles. Good, I wasn't just imagining. Then this is goodbye. Shouldn't be following me anymore. Huh? I'm not really following you or anything. Senpai? Simply have something to do in the park. I don't know where you are going, Tonokun. But if you're not going to the park, then this is where we say goodbye. I see. Certainly I don't really have the right to say anything about that. Don't have the right, but look, this don't go. Arcade is in the park. You know she detests you, right? So I can't let the two of you meet. Oh? Are you worried about me? Of course I don't want to see the two of you fight. I'm begging you, please just go back. Oh, I see. You're not worried about me, but you're worried about her, right? Looking off into the distance, she completely ignores what I say. For some reason it seems she's doing all this intentionally because she enjoys TV. Yeah, for some reason, for some ungodly reason. Senpai. Okay, I accidentally pressed control, I guess. Senpai, don't tell me you're still carrying a grudge from this morning. She just smiles and doesn't say anything. She's angry. That face is unmistakably carrying a grudge. I get it. Everything this morning was completely my fault. I'm sorry. So, if you tell me to go back because of that, I'll beat you down, Tonokun, huh? Tonokun, we're still fighting right now. It seems I'm still angry, so it isn't easy to just talk calmly. Senpai, if you went back, we could make up, but I know that's impossible, so this conversation is meaningless. It's this is so dumb. Teenagers with a little bit of intellect just get so fucking stupid with their conversations. My fucking god. There's no need for you to apologize. I'm not concerned with what happened this morning. She looks at me with those eyes devoid of any emotion. Passive aggressive bitch! Oh! My duty is to hunt down vampires, anything else is trivial. For sure, for sure. Senpai walks into the park. Hey, Senpai. She crosses through the park as expected. She's heading right towards where Arcade is waiting. Let me check the TFT meta for a second. Is this Gwen in yet? Is she in? I highly doubt she's in. I mean, I expected Kled to get in pretty fucking fast, but I highly doubt Gwen is in. Tristana is definitely in. Night Skirmishers is in, apparently. Jax Gamers. Forgotten Cavalier exists, I guess. Of course, Teemo is meta right now. That's why I'm playing Gwen in the first place, and that's why this fucking misfortune bitch ended up beating me. Because misfortune just deals so much more damage than Heimerdinger and shit. Hey, Belkos. Teemo, Heimerdinger, Revenant. What's the difference between these two strats? I don't understand. Red Abomination. Then there's Cannoneer, makes sense. দুই পাশে দুইটা বহায় সমস্যা কি? I guess they really want her to be fast, I guess. Fastest Andy, I guess. I would try this strat out, but there's too many people playing it, so it doesn't seem like such a good idea. Then there's Scale, then there's Karma, then there's Jax, then there's another Jax. This one has different items, it seems. I prefer these items, to be perfectly honest. Then there's Assassin! Bog! এখনো Hurricane Assassin খেলে আসো দাদা. Then there's Draven, so dumb. What the fuck is that shit? Then there's Yasuo, then there's Kha'Zix, then there's Aphelios, 5.4%. Then there's Karma Raven, then there's Ehono Vayne Kale, my fucking god. And then there's wait, what's that happening? Oh, because I'm pressing control, I guess. Then there's Varus, and that's about it. Oh, Megalol, Kalista. Wait a minute, why are you saying this, Senpai? I'm not angry. How about yourself? If you come with me, won't you misunderstand things? Misunderstand what? Don't you like her? Then I don't think you should be with me, someone who is her enemy. But it's not like I like her. Can't say for sure though. Don't know for sure what I truly feel, but I'm not sure I'm attracted to her. Really can't lie even to yourself, can you? Think you're far too honest. For a brief instant, her mask reveals a sigh. But it really is better if we separate here. We are no longer friends, and if our kid were to see us, what would happen, CL? We both turn around towards the voice behind us. There we see Arcade, who seems to be in a particularly bad mood. How surprising. I came because I heard Shiki's voice and I find you here. Didn't we already share our information yesterday? Didn't believe you have anything to do with me anymore. Yes, I don't have anything to do with you anymore. I was just pointing things out to him. Oh really, you intend on stealing my partner? That sounds good too. I still owe you from that one injury you gave me. The situation is critical between the two of them. As the one standing between them, I can't just watch. Looking at this problem, our relative locations are sent by me and Arcade. And if the two of them fight, I would be right in the middle of it. Okay. Literally Keiichi Maebara. You two, why are you glaring at each other? Your goal is the same, so calm down and be quiet, Shiki. Please be quiet, Tonokun. I failed. I tried to talk to them, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Okay. Fine. Shiki seems to care for you, so I'll let you go. I won't attack you, so you just disappear. That's surprising. Is it that important to you? I don't think Arcade Brunswick could be concerned with anything other than killing vampires. For you, controlling humans comes easily. It would be better for you to just make him your servant if you wanted to help Arcade, but why haven't you done that? Don't joke about such things. Shiki is my partner. Even if I don't do that, he still says he'll help me. Arcade looks away uneasily. That murderous intent seems to have disappeared. Arcade, don't tell me you really want to suck his blood. Cling from Senpai's direction, I hear the sound of solid metal. What's happening? I'm so confused right now. Actually, I'm not confused at all. I'm just concerned. Where is this story going? I see. I was surprised you're interested in humans, but that does not really matter. If you desire the blood of humans, then there is only one thing to do. Cling. The sound springs forth from her hand. Numerous swords like long nails are there. Hey, Senpai? Tonokun, please back away. Yes, now I have confirmed that she truly is a vampire. Even if she is a true ancestor that cooperates with the cherished one she desires blood, she becomes our enemy. If foreign victims appear, I will eliminate her here. You really do speak nonsense when people do not answer you, CL. Very well, if you want to die, then I will grant your wish and kill you. It's not often I get to kill the same person twice. Her eyes flare with the intent to kill. What happened? Senpai issues Arcade's stare in her fighting stance, swords at the ready. Freezing. The air feels like it's freezing and I can hardly breathe. This isn't good. They really will kill each other like this. Wait, you two, please. I said to calm down. Feeling the tension in the air, I yell out. For an instant, they both stop. After that, the sound of 2 feet kicking the earth. My shot must have triggered the start. The white and black figures crash into each other as if they were 2 magnets of opposite polarity. For sure, for sure. The fight between the two of them is beyond me. Arcade's body movement isn't something I can trace with my eyes. All I can see is a white blur running through the night. What's surprising is that Senpai does not even back off, seeing Arcade's speed. Sounds like Senpai moves with Arcade's amazing speed. But she accurately deflects Arcade's blazing attacks while standing on the ground. As a third person looking on, their strengths are equal. However, just like Senpai said, Arcade's power seems limitless. No matter how amazing Senpai is, her power is not something that goes beyond a certain point. In contrast, Arcade seems limitless. In the beginning, Senpai was overwhelming her, but Arcade matches her quickly and is now easily surpassing her powers. Split kit, Kalapala Pine. The fight is quickly decided. Senpai's body flies lightly on the air and strikes the ground, rolling like a piece of trash. Ka. Senpai lets out a cry and stands up. But that is a useless thing to do. Senpai's body seems to be shot out by an invisible cannon and flies into the air once more and hits the ground. She lies there not moving. Blood flows along the park's brick pathway. Senpai does no response. She seems unconscious. Arcade runs towards her without any mercy, with terrible eyes seemingly bent on slicing Senpai's neck. I can't speak. There can be no mistake that Arcade intends to kill her, and Senpai can't defend himself. I can't allow that. Stop it, you stupid idiot. Frantically run towards Senpai. Arcade suddenly stops in front of her. Shiki. Arcade's murderous intent instantly vanishes and she returns to her original look. She seems completely taken aback that I was protecting Senpai. Why? How come you're protecting her? Didn't I say it earlier? Senpai is a very dear person to me. Even if it's you, I won't allow you to go on. Tighten the grip on the knife in my pocket and glare at Arcade. Shiki, you. Her eyes are bathed again with hostility. Step aside and I'll forgive you this time. Now. Stop defending her and don't wield that knife against me. Her crimson eyes waver like burning candles. Her intent to kill is about to be directed towards me instead of Senpai. I gulp. My mind is warning me that it's over if I don't step aside at once. But even still, I can't. You won't pull back until you say you won't do anything to Senpai. Step aside, Shiki. Don't you step aside, Arcade. Didn't you tell me that you don't kill humans? Or was that just a lie? No, I don't kill humans, but I honor those who surpass human capacity. So I don't mind killing them as something that is my equal. Such as you are that woman right there. A step, Arcade comes closer. I see her wielding that knife against me again. Another step, she draws closer. I forgave you the first time, but I don't think I can forgive you the second time. In the first place, I don't think I can be hurt with your knife. Even with your misty guise of that perception, you shouldn't be able to see my death right now. From directly in front of me, her golden eyes enter my vision. Ah, my heart feels like it's stopped. A chill races up my spine. This crushing despair that feels like everything is bearing down on me is far greater than anything during my fight with Dash. Can't do anything. Of course, it's fucking Arcade Brunstead. It's that's the ultimate, like, that's type Earth. That's archetype Earth in front of you, you stupid fuck. Can't do anything. This is what it means to fight Arcade. Shiki, this is your last chance. While I can still think, get back. Don't want to lose the first person I've liked just because of that woman. The chills collect in my neck. Arcade is in the perfect position to kill me. If that arm moves, she can rip off my neck before I could use my knife. Even still, this is wrong. Why? I just don't understand, Arcade. Why are you such a horrible person only to Senpai? You're not the most aware of moral principles, but you're not the one to speak about killing people so easily. Shiki, Arcade's hostility starts to lessen. She walks away from the both of us. I see. If you support her this much, then I don't know you. Arcade, just be careful, Shiki. That woman you're protecting, she isn't the person you think she is. What were you saying? You can be tricked and get your blood sucked by her. So long. Don't come crying back to me. Arcade walks away without even looking back. Okay, dude. What the fuck happened here? Um... This is... Okay. The only ones left are me and the wounded collapsed Senpai. What was she? Saying such stupid things. Senpai will suck my blood. What a ridiculous lie. That sounds like Senpai is a vampire or something. Saying that, I laugh aloud. Because that is impossible. Senpai walks around during the day. Well, Arcade is a vampire that walks around at daytime, but even she gets weak then. But for Senpai, she doesn't change whether it's night or day. First of all, isn't Senpai a member of the church? It's contradicting for a vampire to be in an organization whose purpose is to terminate vampires. More importantly, Senpai. Turn around to check on Senpai. The ground was soaked in blood, so I have to get her to a hospital. Eh? The blood has disappeared. Her black robes that were painted red with flowing blood are now spotless. Senpai stands up as if nothing even happened and she looks completely unharmed. Senpai, what is going on? Tono-kun, why did you protect me? Didn't you know she really almost killed you? Her eyes have no emotion whatsoever. Just vacant eyes like a lifeless doll. Like a lifeless doll. She doesn't even hear my question. You ask why? Because you're going to die. Anyone would do the same thing in that situation, even if it means getting yourself killed. Tono-kun, dedication isn't throwing away your life. Giving up your life to save others isn't dedication or sacrifice, it's just self-love. Okay, dude. Okay. Type Moon. Fuck. Alright. Okay, what are these pictures I'm seeing right now? Okay, dude. Why did you? Her voice is very stern. She admonishes me severely. You only did that so you would not regret it later, and you are satisfied with just that. To be blunt, it is very troublesome for me. Idealism is a fine thing, but please don't involve me in your selfish justice. What do you mean? I just don't want you to die, senpai. Are you saying that's troublesome? Are you saying it would be alright if I could kill you just like that? Yes. It is my life, so it has nothing to do with you. It's too miserable being allowed to live because of the mercy of a vampire. I'm pissed. Partly because she rejected me even after I protected her, but even more than that. Don't be ridiculous. What do you think your life is? Don't you see if you die it's all over? No matter what horrible awful things you've done, if you don't keep on living it will have all been a lie. You have to keep on living. You have to keep on living because there's nothing else. So what if you're miserable? That's far better than not being able to feel that at all. That's right, you're someone who tasted death 8 years ago. That's why you can be content with such a simple way of thinking. Her eyes are completely vacant. She speaks without looking at me, like she can't even see herself. How happy you must be, I cannot say such words. She steps back as she speaks. Tonokun. What she said before is true. Why are you even saying? Like Arcute said, I cannot be called human. Didn't you see it, Tonokun? All the blood which was spilled disappeared like it was never there. It's fine. I'm a monster. Not a vampire, but my body. It isn't like that of a normal human. Senpai looks down as she speaks. What are you saying, Senpai? Not a body like a human's. You seem normal to me. Even if it's like this? Senpai slowly takes a sword and places it against her neck. Senpai, don't even have time to stop her. The scream sound, it slices her neck. Splat. As if painting my very eyes, fresh blood sprays everywhere. Drip. Drip, drip. Drip, drip. Johnny Drip Drip. Drip, drip, drip. It's beautiful, captivating my vision, even my whole consciousness. The blood seeps into her He thinks it's beautiful. What the fuck, my man? Of course he does. Underneath the rose, Senpai's white skin is probably mixed with those beautiful crimson lines. Okay, so horny. Actual teenager, come on. A drop of blood flies forth and lands on my finger. She releases me from my momentary captivity and returns me to reality. For me, Senpai's blood-soaked figure. Senpai, quickly dash towards her. There is no need to panic. Silly, look at it. Shoves me and points to her neck. The wound is already gone. All the blood that was there before has vanished too, like a video being rewound. Everything returns to the way it was before. That was strange, and something like the word rewound truly describes it, not healing or regeneration. I can't speak. After seeing that, I'm not crazy enough to tell her that she is still normal. That's how it is. If I could have helped it, I didn't want for you to know, Tonokun. Senpai gives a sad smile. I don't know what to say. Just like you said, Tonokun, how's she speaking with this whole time? Shit can't be helped if you get angry at me. Ah, but I can't blame her. Something like that, even I wanted her to hide it from me forever. Wanted her to stay like the old senpai. But I do not regret what happened this morning. I was really happy that you said it was a fun time together and that you wanted to correct me if you could, senpai. But those were really, really peaceful times I wanted to last forever. Farewell. Okay, archetype Sakura. To the very end, she gives a perpetual smile and dissipates before my very eyes. My mind is in complete disarray. Can't follow after her. Arcade said that Senpai was a vampire. Senpai didn't deny it and even showed me proof, and after saying farewell, she vanished. Even if it was a lie that could easily be seen through. If she simply said it wasn't so, things would have been fine. Can't forget her sad face. Senpai was that good of a person, just an upperclassman at my school. If you want to know, she was such a different person. Farewell, her last words. There was no need to think about what it meant. Knew about her and I even hurt her, but still she came to see me. But that's all over. I don't want to believe that I'll never see her again. No, this isn't happening. My head doesn't seem to be working. It's just in shock. So shocked that I can't tell why it's in shock. Leave the park with my uncertain memories and faltering steps. Throb. 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 I'm incredibly exhausted. This headache is killing me more than anything else. Without thinking about Senpai or Arcade or anything at all, I just want to go to sleep. Eh? What did I say? The fuck? Hot summer day, the blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. Even if I have nothing else to do, we end it here. Akiha still only has that, and Hisui and Kohaku have nothing. Ciel has a bunch of shit, including the part where she fucking sliced and diced. And Arcade, I'm scared. Please no. Please no. Okay, dude.